Welcome back, everyone. Let's jump right into today's explainer. We're taking a truly fascinating, totally objective look at exactly how modern health supplements are pitched to us. We're going to deconstruct a promotional sales page for a gut health supplement called Slimleaf. Now, our goal here isn't to judge the product itself. Nope. We're pulling back the curtain to methodically break down how the manufacturer builds its case, structures its claims, and ultimately, how it tries to win you over. If you love dissecting the mechanics behind the info we're bombarded with every single day, you are absolutely in the right place. This right here, it's an absolute masterclass in capturing attention. It's the dramatic hook they use right at the very top of the pitch. Notice how it instantly validates the struggle, low energy and digestive discomfort, and then pivots straight into a total mystery. And it's not what you think. It deliberately shifts the blame away from your diet or a lack of exercise, perfectly setting the stage for their unique solution. It's brilliant framing. So to really understand how this whole pitch comes together, we're going to break down the anatomy of a supplement. First up, the gut health promise. Then, inside the Slimleaf formula. Third, the Slimleaf advantage. Next, packages and free bonuses. And we'll wrap up with guarantees and final steps. Let's kick things off with Section 1, the gut health promise, identifying the hidden root. Because, obviously, before a solution can be sold, the exact nature of the problem has to be crystal clear. The pitch establishes its scientific baseline right out of the gate. It claims that cutting-edge research points to one common culprit behind feeling off, and that's the gut microbiome. By describing it as trillions of bacteria controlling not just your digestion, but your energy and your daily mood, they completely elevate the gut. It's no longer just a digestive organ, it's the master control center for your entire well-being. Suddenly, the product they're about to introduce feels absolutely essential, doesn't it? Moving right along to Section 2, inside the Slimleaf formula, focusing on prebiotics and probiotics. This is the exact moment the pitch transitions from an abstract problem into physical capsules. Okay, so here is the breakdown of the core ingredients exactly as they present them. They've got this proprietary probiotic blend clocking in at 500 million CFU. It features highly specific and, let's be honest, pretty hard to pronounce strains like Akkermansia muciniphila, which they claim directly support metabolism and energy. Then they introduce two prebiotics, chicory inulin and potato-resistant starch, which supposedly resists early digestion to reach your lower gut completely intact. And they make absolutely sure to emphasize that these are clinically studied dosages. But the truly crucial tactic here is how they explain the relationship between these ingredients. They aren't just throwing scientific jargon at you, they're crafting a mini narrative of synergy. The prebiotics are explicitly described as the literal food that feeds the beneficial probiotic bacteria. The underlying claim is super simple but incredibly powerful. Provide the bacteria, provide the specific food they need to thrive, and boom, you've got a highly effective formula. Which brings us to Section 3, the Slimleaf advantage, market positioning. Now that the formula is out in the open, they have to convince the buyer why this specific brand is the one you should trust. To build that competitive edge, they set up a classic side-by-side contrast. On one side, Slimleaf is positioned as the absolute gold standard. Premium strains, clinical dosages, third-party verification, US manufacturing, the whole shebang. On the flip side, they define typical supplements. They accuse competitors of using cheap filler strains that just die during digestion, fairy-dusted dosages that only exist to look good on a label, and outsource production. It's a textbook framing technique to instantly elevate their perceived quality. Then, to anchor all those clinical claims in reality, they immediately hit you with user testimonials. Take Emily P. here, highlighting relief from a highly relatable pain point, afternoon bloating. And that deliberate inclusion of the phrase verified buyer right next to her name, that is a very calculated choice designed to build instant trust and authenticity. They quickly follow that up with a totally different benefit. Jason M. claims his energy is through the roof. By selecting these two very specific testimonials, the manufacturer is perfectly looping back to the dual promises they made in their very first hook, resolving digestive discomfort and boosting low energy. They're showing you that everyday people are allegedly experiencing these exact specific results. All right, Section 4, packages and free bonuses, breaking down the costs. This is where our educational pitch takes a sharp turn into the transactional phase. Time to talk numbers. The sales page lays out a crystal clear volume discount strategy. You've got the basic 2-bottle package sitting at $69 a bottle plus shipping. Step up to the 3-bottle bundle, the price drops to $59 and suddenly shipping is free. But the ultimate push is for the 6-bottle package, boldly stamped most popular. The cost plummets to $49 a bottle, boasting a massive $120 saving off retail plus that free shipping. And to really heavily incentivize that top-tier 6-bottle package, they deploy a massive piece of social proof. They claim that 93% of customers order the 6-bottle option. Whether you're buying gut supplements or a new software subscription, this is a highly effective psychological nudge. It basically whispers to the buyer, hey, this is what the vast majority of smart people do, framing the highest upfront price tag as the most logical, savvy choice. That they certainly don't stop at just a bulk discount. That 6-bottle order relies heavily on a tactic known as value stacking. They promise 3 free digital downloads, claiming a total value of $211. Guides on microbiome resets, fixing inflammation, and building confidence. It's perfectly designed to make that $294 checkout total feel like an absolute steal by tossing in lifestyle guides that complement the physical capsules. Which brings us to our final stop, Section 5, Guarantees and Final Steps, Usage and Assurances. Before they ask for your credit card, they need to outline the daily commitment and entirely eliminate your financial risk. The usage instructions are framed as being incredibly simple, just 1 capsule a day with a glass of water. But managing expectations is the real key here. While they note some customers feel changes in a few weeks, they explicitly recommend consistent use for 90+ days for the best results. Notice how neatly that 90+ day recommendation aligns flawlessly with the push to purchase those 3 or 6-bottle packages we just looked at. It's a very clever structural tie-in. And to completely wipe away any lingering hesitation, they offer an ironclad 60-day money-back guarantee. They go way out of their way to emphasize there are no hoops to jump through and no hassles, even claiming that refunds are typically processed the exact same day. It's the ultimate assurance, purely meant to make the purchase feel 100% risk-free. The entire pitch concludes with a really strong call to action, warning against authorized imitations and urging you to act immediately. So, having seen exactly how the problem is framed, how the science is structured, how the pricing is strategically layered, and how the risk is completely mitigated, you have to ask yourself the very question the sales page leaves you with. Are you ready to support your gut health well into the future? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and always keep questioning how the information around you is built.